Was a girl running in our group. She had a high-speed motor in a 40 Ford coupe. She had a racing cam and a supercharged. Look out, buddy, hot rod and large. She's a hot rod. She's a hot rod.
Hey, I promised you a talk about a new battery. And believe me, I am so excited about this. I knew somebody had to. Somebody had to come up with something because we were going in the wrong direction. And the cars that they're building are not green. Not even close. Not even close to being green. A Tesla is not green. It runs on more lithium and nickel and cadmium and, oh my God, and cobalt. They tear the country up mining this stuff. Anyway, a peek at how Nissan plans to bring solid-state batteries to the market by 2028 as a host of competitors race to find the right road to success. I'm hoping that if Nissan starts this stuff, they'll all try and do it because they know they got to do this eventually. The engineering guru leading Nissan's quest for solid-state batteries wants to disabuse people of the notion that solid-state is inherently safer than today's lithium-ion packs. It is, trust me. He wants to stop that. He wants to put a poop on that. True, next generation solid-state batteries don't have a flammable liquid electrolyte, but they do cram a lot more energy that could make for some unpleasant fireworks if something goes haywire, like a crash or something like that. If a big accident occurs, it could become much more catastrophic with today's batteries. No. Nissan Motors insists now they can lick that safety problem and the other key issues that make the solid-state batteries difficult to deliver. His team, this guy, But Doi is the guy, he runs this show. I guess that's the guy's name. His team has been racing to solve conundrums as Nissan tries to deliver on its pledge to bring the lightweight, compact, energy-dense batteries to market in just 6 days. Or 6 years. 6 days would be. The automaker believes it can deliver a battery that holds twice the energy of a lithium-ion battery, charges in 1/3 the time, and costs $75 per kilowatt hour, which makes it less affordable than gas. But Nissan also thinks it can whittle that cost to $65 before too long, achieving a price parity with gasoline-powered cars and no emissions. Right now, Nissan is taking only its first steps towards that goal with a feasibility study laboratory where it is experimenting with the batteries in handmade, limited-run batches. The new battery in town is going to be solid-state, and when they get done, it's going to be safer than lithium-ion. My God, a box of TNT is safer than lithium-ion. A bottle of nitroglycerin is safer than lithium-ion. And these people have come together and put this out. And now, what I'm hoping, what generally happens, is they start something. It could be anybody. It had to be Nissan this time. It was Nissan. And they started with this solid-state stuff. A while back, Honda tried to do it and just quit. But now that Nissan is going after it with a vengeance, they're going to make the safest, most powerful battery. And everybody's going to try and compete with them. Everybody's going to start to get away from the lithium. If they get away from the lithium-ion, my God, we're going to have a much safer car to drive down in the future. That may swing people into buying electric cars. This whole bit of keeping us shortage of parts and everything so that we can't buy any cars to try and get us to appreciate electric cars, this whole man-made thing they're doing, it's not going to work. People don't want electric cars right now. Most of them are not, they're so different, they're afraid of them. They're actually, I don't want no part of that. I don't want to be caught in that trap. Well, it's not a trap. It's going to clear up our ozone. It's going to clear up our blueprint, our smog blueprint, whatever you want to call it, environmental blueprint. It's going to clean it up eventually. But we've been going about it the wrong way. And this lithium-ion stuff is nice to get it out on the road and get the electric cars, get them showing. People are looking at them. But you don't even want to back into a fire hydrant. if you've got a lithium-ion battery, because that could make it go bad. That could make the heating or cooling system stop, and that thing will explode down the road. Lithium-ion is too volatile. I've said this all along. Now that Nissan is doing this, everybody's going to chase them, because that's what happens in the electric car business. Somebody comes up with a bigger range. Whoa, they all chase them. Now they're all coming out with bigger ranges. Somebody comes out with a bigger battery. Boom, they all come out with a bigger battery. Everybody chases them. Well, I hope everybody chases Nissan and takes the lithium and throws it where it belongs, back down in the earth, in the core of the earth, sitting alongside the cobalt and the uranium and all the other volatile stuff we don't need.
They're saying, boss, that in 2028, obviously when the battery comes out, that they're charging the battery $75 per kilowatt hour in 2028, and then they're trying to change that to $65 per kilowatt an hour after.
They're going to make it as affordable as gasoline.
Yep.
Well, the raising in gasoline prices aren't going to make people go out and buy electric cars either. It hasn't. None of that's worked. Somebody tell the guys in Washington it's not working. And we're not going electric by 2035. That was ambitious. That's just not going to happen.
No, definitely not.
No, we're going to do this right. American people have never screwed up this bad in their life, and they're not going to now. We're going to make it, and we're going to make it right. And we're going to do electric. I believe it's coming.
So this is the change that you're kind of looking for it to make an electric.
Exactly. This is to make it. This will make electric cars legitimate. A solid state battery that is not volatile, does not create all kinds of terrible effects on the earth and its minerals, and it just has its own electricity. It makes its own electricity. They're using different things, and I like it. We're going to make it happen. You watch. It's still going to have to charge on electricity. Now, it's up to the government to restructure the electric grid. Nuclear power, whatever they're going to do, I don't care what they do. Air, I don't care if it's sun, doesn't matter to me. They're going to be the ones supplying power to the towns and villages that have these cars and the people that own them. So get ready, because it's got to happen. All right. Back to what's going on in the car world. My God, I just love that battery. I knew I was going to get on a tear when I got that going. I knew it. Anyway, the House Democrats, U.S. Rep. Dan Kildee on Monday plans to introduce a legislation that would provide tax relief to dealers that use the last-in, first-out inventory accounting method and have struggled to maintain inventory levels because of the global semiconductor chip shortage. Right. It's there. The bill would allow dealerships to wait until as late as 2025 for their inventories to be replaced to determine the income attributable to the sale of inventory during 2020 and 2021. Giving dealers time to restock their inventories as the chip shortage eases and auto production returns to pre-pandemic levels. I'm not going to tell you that I had a story that I can't confirm, so I'm not going to report on it, but they did allude to the fact that chips are starting to stockpile in places. They're starting to build up. Yeah. LIFO is a tax deferment strategy widely used among U.S. businesses that regularly carries inventories of big-ticket items with rising prices, automobiles. A majority of the nation's dealership employ that method anyway. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen has not signed or not signaled the department would provide relief. Well, I got to ask a question, Eric, and you correct me if I'm wrong, but did we not report last week that the dealers in America had their banner year, their record year? They made more money than they ever did in 2021.
Not just only last week, but previous episodes too as well.
2020 and 2021, best years ever for money. They made more money. You know why? Because we had this man-made thing going on where we don't have any cars to sell. And there's cars everywhere. I just was told they're out at the old Balmoral racetrack out there in Chicago Heights or whatever that is, Crete. They've got probably 10,000 Ford trucks sitting out there waiting for chips. There's chips.
Chicago Heights.
Yeah, that's right out. That's right down 394.
Yep, 394.
Okay, I just told there's a gazillion pickup or Ford pickups out there or Ford Explorers, and they and they need chips. Well, there's chips. Whether Whether you can buy them right now, well, that's another story. Whether somebody will admit they have them, I don't know. But this all makes for a big price tag on the cars you're buying. And who in the hell is paying that? Can I tell you who's paying that by big price? You, me, and Eric, everybody. And it's all ha ha ha. We have a shortage, yeah. Don't get me started, Eric. I'm bad news. Today I'm bad news. I'm very irreverent today.
You can see my fingers right here on the dump button.
I know. You're on the dump button, and I don't blame you. I'm very irreverent today, and I'm pretty sure I know why. American Honda Motor Company is expanding its certified pre-owned program to include 10-year-old Honda and Acura vehicles. Do you know why? Would you like to guess why, Eric? Because that's all they can get. And they're trying to rebuild them and sell them. The extended programs called Honda True Used and Acura Precision Used are designed to draw younger budget-minded shoppers to dealership lots. Bull roar. The older Honda vehicles will have no mileage limitations, only receive a 100-day or 5,000-mile manufacturer-backed warranty. That's the older vehicles. The significantly less than 7-year, 100,000-mile powertrain coverage, which provided for the Honda True and certified vehicles, will cover lightly used current model year vehicles as well as 2 to 5-year-old Hondas. There aren't any. On the Acura side, precision used vehicles will receive a 6-month, 7,500-mile warranty. Acura Precision certified vehicles, which are up to 6 years old or 80,000 miles, get the same 7-year, 100,000-mile powertrain coverage. Well, you know what? At least if they're going to rebuild a junk, they're giving you a warranty. They're giving you something to use. I mean, I think it's extremely nice of Honda to give you a warranty on these certified rebuilt heaps. I don't know. I you know what? It's just not right. German automakers have lost 150,000 vehicles from their March production plans because of supply shortages stemming from the war in Ukraine, according to LMC Automotive estimate. Now, I will buy that shortage. That is a war-made shortage, and it's European cars. That's war. The cars in Europe are short of parts to build vehicles, and I agree with that 100%. The German operations of Volkswagen, Mercedes, and BMW have been among the manufacturers most heavily impacted by the war, which has sent shockwaves through the European supply chain, and yes, it has. Germany's automakers are being affected more than others in large part because of the country's proximity, of course, to Ukraine, and their dependence on it for their wire harnesses, cables, and other components. So says Jeff Schuster, president of Global Vehicle Forecasting at LMC Automotive. Well, I got to tell you, buddy, there's shortages over there. All the German cars, the European-made cars, are tough getting their parts. I understand. You have a war over there in Europe, Eastern Europe. Okay. Keep going, George. Do not stop and dwell on subjects like that because it gets me fired up. The U.S. Senate on Monday approved a bill to provide $52 billion in U.S. subsidies for semiconductor chips manufacturing in a bid to reach compromise after months of discussions. In other words, the biggest chip shortage we have has been a discussion in Congress. The Senate first passed chip legislation in June, and that it also authorized $190 billion to strengthen U.S. technology and research to compete with China, while the House passed its version in early February. In other words, they want us to build more chips. I think we already have some plants that are building more chips. And since you have manufacturers in Europe that have quit building cars because they can't get wiring harnesses and stuff, how come in America we can't have their chips and get rid of our shortage? Would that make too much sense, Eric? Yeah, that would make way too much sense. What do you think? I don't know. I don't want to get started on that topic either. U.S. to unveil revised sticker fuel economy on this coming, that was yesterday. The President administration on Friday plans to unveil together fuel economy standards for vehicles that would reverse the predecessor Donald Trump's rollback of U.S. regulations aimed at improving gas mileage and cutting tailpipe pollution, officials said. Transportation Secretary, Pete Buttigieg, and National NHTSA Deputy Administrator Stephen Cliff will make a major announcement on fuel economy standards on Friday, the Transportation Department said. It did not offer details of the announcement. U.S. law requires 18 months lead time, so the final NHTSA rules must be signed by March 31st to take effect in the 2024 model year that begins in September of 23. Well, are they going to make them better fuel economy? No. They're not going to bother. No. What makes you think for a minute they're going to bother? Huh? They're not going to bother. They're going to make electric cars and they're going to trade their coupons that they do, and they do that. They sell their coupons. Tesla has all these mileage coupons.
They do.
And they sell them to different car manufacturers. That's so that Ford can build the Expedition and the Navigator and, the big beast that everybody wants. Oh, well, it is what it is. Well, here's a good one. Ford F-150 Lightning electric pickup will get 320 miles of battery range, 20 miles more than previously expected, according to the final EPA estimates released on last Monday. The top-end range will be available on the XLT, Lariat, and Pro trims equipped with an optional extended range battery. Platinum trims, which come standard with extended range battery, will also get 20 more miles than previously estimated at 300 miles per charge. Pro trims are available to fleet customers only. The Lightning's 320 miles would trail the 329-mile range of the GMC Hummer Edition 1, which went on sale last year, but tops the 314-mile range currently offered by Rivian's most efficient R1T pickup. Did I tell you I saw one of those yesterday, Eric? I saw a Rivian pickup at the corner.
Really?
On my corner. He was waiting for the light. Yeah, and Ronnie was all excited. I thought, wow. It was a good-looking pickup. And it's got a like a cabinet on the side. If you open it up, it's got a sink in it and all kind of silly crap. I don't know what it's made for, but it's made for something.
But it looks nice, though.
It does. It was sharp looking.
Okay.